This episode is brought to you by Google Chrome. You think you know a browser, but Gemini and Chrome? That's new. It can help you with practically anything on the web, like restoring a vintage motorcycle from a 50-page restoration blog, or finally break down that long article you've had open for weeks. Gemini and Chrome is here for it. Ready to make anything online make sense? There's no place like Chrome. Check responses, setup required, compatibility and availability varies, 18+.
This episode is brought to you by Google. Innovation is deeply ingrained in America, and Google is helping Americans innovate in ways both big and small. There are hundreds of thousands of skilled trades roles across the U.S. waiting to be filled. To help close this gap, Google is expanding its skilled trade support to help train more than 300,000 American workers across more than 20 states. This is a new era of American innovation. Learn more at grow.google/skilled trades.
From athletic stuff like a full-court pickup game, swish, to athlete-ish stuff like a half-mile stroll. Get those steps in. Head to Sierra or Sierra.com for the brands you want at the prices that let you do it all. From athletic to athlete-ish, Sierra's got it.
You're listening to the Dan Le Batard Show in partnership with the DraftKings Sports app, now live in all 50 states.
This episode of the Dan Le Batard Show is presented by DraftKings Sports. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
I have known Greg Cote almost as long as Chris Cote has known Greg Cote, and I do not have a lot of recollections in my past of your father, Chris, feeling something that resembles remorse. But for the last 24 hours, he has felt a genuine remorse that has caught me off guard about what I now believe to be a genuine catchphrase countdown controversy, because he left here yesterday. He must have said it to me 4 or 5 times. Your dad can get obsessive compulsive about certain things and just start ticking on them. Must have said to me 4 or 5 times yesterday, can you tell Zaz that I was just doing a bit by taking his catchphrase, not the first one. Not the first one. The first one is not a bit. The first one, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Hey.
That is, Greg thinks that's his. But what he did yesterday, what he did purposely to bother you.
That's what I said yesterday.
That's right. And he played it off as if he didn't. So we now got, was that number 18 or number 17?
Number 18 was take a Lobo's mint and put it on your pillow and dream big.
Of course.
And 17 was, what did he say? But it wasn't really.
That's literally what I said yesterday, that I knew your first one that you stole from me.
I didn't steal the first one.
Yeah, you
It's
did.
totally
You
different.
stole it, okay? It's subconsciously. Like, you heard me say it's like a comedian where, I got this great bit. No, you heard it somewhere else, and now you think it's yours. That is what happened.
I've been saying that's what I'm talking about my whole life.
You haven't
So
been
have I.
saying it like that. That's
So
not
have
how respect your...
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. You stole it from me subconsciously.
Okay, you say it angrily.
Okay.
I say it joyously.
All right.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. I know you took
Why
that.
so angry?
Watch your tone. I know you took that subconsciously. And I also know, I said it yesterday, you were effing with me by taking, what do you say? Yeah. I knew that. I said that.
So, yes, you were right. Greg was wrong. He felt bad about that immorality. And so now there is a new number 17.
Right.
But the controversy, or the mushrooming controversy, is he won't tell us what it is here. He says you have to go to the Greg Cote Show featuring Greg Cote. If you want to hear what is the new number 17.
And it's a good one.
Yeah.
Did you give that on your show on Monday?
Yes.
The real one.
The Greg Cote Show audience was aware that we were going to mess with you yesterday. It was a little inside joke for that audience.
So why, if it's already on yours, why can't we have it here? What?
Oh, it's a good one, too. The real number 17,
Greg,
it's a good one.
Greg, give us number 17 here. You felt bad about it. You did something bad to Zaz. It was an immorality. You denied when he accused you of it.
You're a liar.
That it was a bit. You bothered me 4 or 5 times with it. Number 17 is already on the Greg Cote Show featuring Greg Cote. It's already been released. Give us number 17 here. You can't tease me the way Chris is teasing me, saying it's a good one. We're getting into the greatest of all the things you've ever invented in 70 years on this earth. we're getting into the prime terrain.
Right.
This is the end of the fireworks show. This is when you throw off all of the explosions. We're in our third or fourth time approaching the top 10. I think this is the third or fourth time we've given you number 17. Give us this 17, please, because Chris can't tease me that way.
Thai food.
Be careful. Be careful what your next phrase is, all I'm going to say.
Okay. All right. Awesome. You want number 17?
Please.
Thai food.
I can't even.
Yeah, I've heard him say that all the time.
He's been thinking it.
You're making me so mad. You're making me so mad right now. You better say a different one, okay? Let's just.
Thai food.
I don't know why you're saying it like that.
Hey, Thai food.
That sounds like a hungry ghost.
A bit of a ghastly Thai food thing there, right?
A haunted.
Dan Marino.
Thai food.
A haunted ghost. Thai food.
He sounds like Zool from Ghostbusters. That's Zool.
Chris, are you going to give me number 17? He's not going to give me number 17. Don't make me.
He's giving me a death stare right
It should
now.
come authentically out from your mouth.
Legit. I'll give it to you. Okay, 18, of course, Put a Lobos Mint under your pillow and dream big.
Of course.
The alternate to that is Put a Lobos Mint under your pillow and dream.
This is Yeti and I correcting him. The saying has always been dream big, but on the show, Greg Cote show, he goes, put a Lobo Mint under your pillow and dream. And Yeti and I were like, it's dream big. And so he's acting now like dream has always been a thing.
He got his catchphrase wrong.
Correct.
No, I'm the inventor.
We corrected him, and he's like, no, it's both. And it's not.
No, there are certain catchphrases that have A and B. You know, either is fine. 1A.
I don't think that's in any way true.
It is true because I said it so.
Okay.
And I'm the catchphrase countdown king.
Okay. And so give us number 17.
Number
please.
17. Quite a bit.
My entire life. I mean, that is just. I thought it'd be a top 10er. It was a top 10er until a month ago.
Right. It would have been in previous incarnations. It would have been, but the list keeps expanding, and
I've got to say, in the 20 plus years of this show, and it's not even something that we created. We're clearly ripping off Greg's podcast here, but this is just dynamite.
Yeah, it's really great. Zaz, I was wondering how you took the news as somebody who can be precious about radio things. The news that Howard Stern is laying off 12 employees because Howard Stern is about to move into the phase of what's left of his career where he's doing one show a week. Now, I'm assuming that he's still going to take the summers off, so Howard Stern is basically going to do 30 or 40 shows a year, and this might as well be quitting quietly while staying, contractually tied to what it is your library produces for satellite radio. It can be argued that Howard Stern is the reason satellite radio exists. It can be argued that he was first to the idea of some form of streaming. Long before it was popular, he just took his audience with him and put it behind a paywall and allowed satellite radio to be all of the things that satellite radio became. But the idea that he's doing one show a week to his fans must be something that hurts because they're already mad that he takes the entire summer off. But this is the king doing whatever the king wants, whenever and however he wants, because no one's ever had this deal in the history of media where he basically works whenever the bleep he pleases, and it's not very much.
You may remember it was a year ago also when he was taking his summer off where it was thought that he's being pushed out. And then when he came back, it was this whole, none of that stuff was true. I just signed a new deal. And I don't know if pushed out would be the word that I would use, but clearly this is getting close to the end. I mean, look, I'm a huge admirer of Howard Stern. I listen to him every day for about 25 years. I started when I was 15 years old. I would have my little radio on the school bus with the headphone in, and I would listen every morning. My father introduced me to Howard Stern, and then I started listening on my own. I stopped about 5 years ago. From every single day I listen, I stopped about 5 years ago because the show just changed, and it wasn't for me anymore. And he changed, and that's okay. So
it's going around.
So for me, I like that was kind of the end for me, but this really feels like we're getting to the end. He's in his 70s. And now we're just one show a day. So it's
a week.
I'm sorry, one show a week. It's a really huge deal. I mean, he's in the conversation of top 2 or 3 greatest radio hosts of all time, no matter the format.
Well, I think you have to put it at the top.
Yeah.
I don't think it's top 2 or 3. I think it's the very top. I don't know.
No matter the format.
I don't know who I'd put next to him in terms of groundbreaking on creating the different intimate community that specifically radio is, and then transition before anyone else into turning a radio show into a video product that was then that helped entertainment television become more popular because all of a sudden his product was video. He is older, but I don't know that I can cite any radio pioneer that has a bigger name associated with the product of radio than Howard Stern. I don't know who would be a close second.
Yeah, I mean, he really is the king of all media. Like you said, he made the E! Channel because they put a radio show on television. He likely saved satellite radio, helping Sirius and XM merge and become Sirius XM radio. Number 1 in books, number 1 movie when it came out. And of course, for very many years, the number 1 radio show. You're right. King of all media, probably the greatest of all time.
I love Howard Stern. I think he's great, and I think he deserves to do this. He's older than me, which is a mind blower, because he looks like he's 15 years younger than me. But Howard Stern does. Congratulations, Howard Stern, for cutting back to 1 day a week. Batard over here is jealous. He wishes he could only do work 1 day a week.
No, I like what we do.
Yeah.
I like what we do around here. I love working. I've always loved working. I don't want to be doing one show a week. That's 30 shows a year if you take the entire summer off.
But I think, as someone who does one podcast a week,
It's a lot, right, Dad?
it's a lot. Like I am.
And yours is how long?
Like an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, give or take.
Travis Kelce calls podcasting the hardest job in the world.
Well, that may be hyperbole, but
I mean, the one he has is pretty difficult.
right. No, good for Howard is my point, and I think his fans are going to flock to him once a week. I don't think he's going to lose anybody. If anything, they're going to miss him for 4 days a week, and then they're going to really look forward to that 1 day that he's broadcasting.
I do wonder because, like I said, the show lost me about 5 years ago, and I was every day, 25 years. I do wonder what the audience is like nowadays. Like, you may remember here locally, all right? Like, Neil Rogers is a local icon. All right, was the greatest for a very long time.
Yeah, Uncle Neil.
And then our rating system changed very late in his career, which was a little bit more of an accurate rating system as opposed to the diary where you write down what you listen to. It actually tracked what you were listening to with an electronic device. And we learned no one was listening to Neil Rogers at the end.
It actually killed him.
Yeah, so I do wonder what his audience is like now.
Mike Ryan meant that literally, incidentally. He's not talking about the killing of Neil Rogers' career. He's talking about Neil Rogers soon thereafter ended up dying when it was revealed that the measurement system was flawed. But to Zaz's point, we had a chance 5 years ago with a very good offer from satellite radio that was trying to get somewhat younger than Howard Stern and Mad Dog, and it was among our choices before we chose DraftKings. And I did not want to test the loyalty of our audience by putting it behind a paywall, no matter how popular that paywall is. And I'll be curious to see how Pardon My Take and Bill Simmons, how all of them end up feeling about the move to Netflix because of the dangers involved of changing something that's this intimate and the patterns of it, changing it so much that you then start charging your fans for something that was free for them. Like, there is a danger in that really tests the loyalty of people. But in this particular case, Howard Stern has made a ton of money doing this, and satellite Sirius Satellite Radio has no regrets about paying him all that money because it worked very well for both parties involved. But I do imagine that Howard Stern feels a little bit like he's shouting into a tin can sometimes now, given what his relevance was as the king of all media. He's not the king of all media anymore, cannot be in the modern age, not possible to be that when you're 70.
Excited for summer? Hosting a pool party, a barbecue, or just looking forward to some relaxing time at home? At Orkin, they've been building their pest knowledge and expertise for 125 years, and they know that no matter what your summer plans are, most people don't want cockroaches involved. Shocking, right? Well, as supporters of summer plans, both big and small, Orkin is here to stay one step ahead of pests so you can stay one step ahead of your schedule. Visit Orkin.com today for a free estimate.
Tony, you know that moment at a party or at a tailgate where everything just sort of clicks?
I know it well. It's usually when I show up. Everybody goes crazy.
Yeah, you usually take all the credit for it, but it's because Tony usually walks in with Cuervo.
I walk in like this.
Yeah. Cuervo is a thing that turns hanging out into this is the night.
It has that effect on people.
It does. You usually take the credit for it, but again, it's the Cuervo effect.
Right here,
it's like that moment in a big game where everyone in the crowd just starts standing up, hooting and hollering. Keep it Cuervo.
Keep it Cuervo, baby.
All right, friends, you guys know what a big fan I am of Quince. I'm constantly wearing their clothes. I've told you about it. I've got pants, I've got shirts, and it's what's in my wardrobe as I make an effort, okay? Making an effort matters, and it's why I've been leaning on Quince, particularly as we head into these summer months. Because you need to have stuff that's fit for the season. Their 100% European linen shirts and pants are breathable, lightweight, and perfect for the summer. I recently picked up one of their linen shirts. It's sky blue. It's awesome. It's become a piece that I am constantly throwing on without even thinking about it. Because it looks good on camera, but also it's comfortable when I'm running around all day, and it works whether I'm at the studio or heading somewhere else for work. Everything at Quince is priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. Quince has become one of those brands I end up recommending for everything from home goods to travel essentials. So, make your summer wardrobe easier. Go to quince.com/Dan for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/Dan for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Dan.
Dan Levitar.
Can't trade Marino.
Nice hat. Nice hat, Zaslow.
It's what he's most known for. It's not like I'm holding on to it.
Greg Cote.
Nice
They
hat.
were 9-2, but it's Marino.
Nice
And then the
hat.
next time we saw Marino, after Greg Cote traded him, he threw for 5 touchdowns.
Nice
and he was
hat.
Dan the man on the cover of
Heckling
Sports
him.
Illustrated. You can't trade Marino.
Nice hat, asshole.
This is the Dan Levitar Show.
A reminder again that the President of the United States paid more than $5 million yesterday to another of his alleged rape victims.
All right, language is a little bit better.
The Kawhi Leonard story continues to mutate, and now Adam Silver says that we will not be still having this investigation going on when the season starts. He has also said before, he's been quoted as saying before, as that thing has become a mess where Toronto, that's super weird, okay? Everything that happened there was super weird. Both him being traded out of nowhere to Toronto, and then all of a sudden Toronto saying, well, hold on a second. Let's make sure we know what the ramifications are. I believe this latest reporting might explain what just happened with Toronto after trading, which is there's more than just the aspiration stuff. Allegedly, there's more. Adam Silver said, look, we have to stop this investigation at some point because you can investigate these things forever, and we will not investigate this forever. He has put a deadline on this. It's not even about getting all of the information anymore. He has said the most important thing is ending this before the season starts. Some people have pointed out that 10 months is a ton of time for an investigation. It's a crazy amount of time, but evidently there's more information here, more things happening than just the Pablo Torre reporting. There's evidently other things they've now uncovered once it is that you start digging around in here. My question to the group is, what do you guys consider the biggest cheating sports scandal that there has ever been? Is it Lance Armstrong? Is it baseball and steroids? Because the details on when you're reading right now, I don't know if you guys are reading anything about the finances of how Rob Manfred is saying that he doesn't like how the Major League Players Association is framing the idea of a salary cap, and that sport is very obviously going to lock out over the idea of a salary cap. You have the Basketball Players Association saying, hey, this second apron is bullshit. Like, this second apron, this is not what they told us the second apron was going to be. Salary cap is all of these entities, employers and employees, fighting over the money. You don't have another salary cap cheating scandal like the one that engulfs Kawhi Leonard and Steve Ballmer in the history of finances in sports labor. So when it comes to strictly money, this would be the biggest sports cheating scandal around money that there's been, that isn't doping or something else. But what do you guys consider the greatest of the sports scandals? I think Penn State is the greatest of the sports scandals because it involves kids.
Okay, so not cheating necessarily.
No, I'm just making scandals over here, right?
Certainly in America, I think that's big. I mean, Nancy Kerrigan was immense.
No, I think Dan's the winner.
Yeah, no, I agree.
The winner.
In terms of like what happened on the field, Serie A had a huge controversy that saw Juventus stripped of championships, sent down to a lower division, and that was league-wide cheating match fixing.
The 1919 World Series, the Reds and White Sox. The White Sox gambling. That was a gambling issue, right?
The 0-2 Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, that too. Yes.
It is hard to disagree with what befell Joe Paterno. I would have to give you that one. But I would say, overarching, I think the baseball steroid scandal, where Sosa, McGuire, and Bonds are all hitting 70 home runs, and we're saying, isn't that great? And then it turns out they all cheated, and it's a big stain on the national pastime.
Now, they were punished, but we don't really know if he had the actual, electric piece on his chest, but Jose Altuve with the Astros. Like, if we knew if he actually had the thing on his chest, the wire.
Spygate, Deflategate, Bountygate. The NFL does such a great job of making that stuff go away. Not so much Deflategate, because we had already had Spygate, but Spygate went away. It was masterful work by the league.
The Lance Armstrong one is big, too, because it was like he was so staunchly anti-steroids and going after people that did steroids, and you're like, oh, you were doing steroids the whole time?
I'm always so conflicted with Lance Armstrong. Yes, he obviously cheated, and he used his cheating to raise an unbelievable amount of money for cancer research. So, I don't know, it's stupid bike riding. He raised money for cancer research. What
about the other guy who was bike riding who had his life ruined? How about that guy?
I know.
What about the Montreal Screwjob Survivor Series?
That's a big one. 97, Dan?
The thing that's making me laugh about what you guys are saying, because Spygate is the criminal, not the crime. Spygate is the sport, not the crime. It's because football matters so much and because the Patriots were winning the championship. As whatever you think of the definition of cheating, Spygate to me feels like it pales in the face of, what do you mean the world's richest sports owner decided he just wasn't going to pay attention to the salary cap rules? Like, in terms of flagrant, Spygate, I think all NFL coaches are trying to get some kind of spy advantage. I don't think all NBA owners are this flagrantly saying, yeah, I don't care about your rules at all. I'm going to do something so secret over here. The part that, to me, I just don't get why it's not landing more with people. I know Ballmer's super rich. Cheating with tens of millions of dollars? Since when are people okay with that? Tens of millions of dollars allegedly involved with, yeah, Kawhi didn't have to show up for a job. They just offered him. Wouldn't you guys love to have just audio of what those conversations were like? Yeah, not going to go plant trees, don't want to do anything. Just pay me tens of millions of dollars around your rules. To me, it is completely nuts that this scandal doesn't have everyone agitated the same way all those other scandals do. Because as I put this in the class of all those other scandals, people are not talking about it that way. It's at least in part because the rest of the media is not covering it the way that it covered all of those things. It's Pablo Torre covering it over here, but a 10-month investigation is asinine. Like, do you know how much they have to have uncovered by now if they've spent 10 months with a law firm doing this?
How much do you think it's because of a lack of understanding? Like, usually when we talk about cheating, like Spygate, oh, wow, they were recording practices? All right, like, everybody understands what that means. How much is it a lack of understanding? We're talking about salary cap minutia. Like, do you think that that's part of the reason that there's not this uproar?
I don't, because it's tens of millions of dollars. It's not hard to understand.
I think it's two things from there. I think, one, look at the context of the time. All of those things happened when we were still surprised by scandal. The news cycle of the last decade has really shifted the way that we all look at different types of scandals, whether it's in politics or now sports. And two, they didn't win anything. Look back at every other one of these scandals. Lance Armstrong was a winner. The Astros won the World Series. The Patriots were a team that was perennially winning. And so in turn, fan bases felt cheated. Kawhi and the Clippers have won absolutely nothing. And so people don't feel impacted about it by the same way.
I think that's a very good point.
It is.
It is a very good point. And also,
Good job, Jeremy.
I think a lot of people are withholding their outrage to see what the investigation determines.
Zaz often says Adam Silver is a nothing. There's a lot of financial fair play rules that are skirted over in Europe, in the Premier League. Real Madrid and Barca, big offenders over there. And what happens is all the other clubs get really pissed off because it's unfair. This rule is in place to protect the other teams. What's one thing that you're not hearing around this scandal?
Owners complain.
The other owners.
Yeah.
Adam Silver has that shit buttoned up. Now, we can have theories as to why that is, because all the other owners maybe don't want people looking into stuff like this. But that is what is missing here. You don't have the story being advanced because you don't have other owners complaining to reporters, this is unfair.
Both good points on why those distinctions are being made between the scandals, because it's not just the winning and it's not just that owners aren't giving voice to this, but it's not the only thing. You are letting the entirety of the media off the hook because they didn't need other owners complaining about the Patriots to do Spygate. The Patriots were winning, and so there was jealousy about all of that, but the media doesn't need help to cover scandal. Doesn't need others to provide the content when there is scandal.
But that's what Jeremy said. Like, it's important. The Clippers aren't winning. There were aggrieved parties. Spygate happened in a Super Bowl.
Well, you say the Clippers aren't winning, and I'm going to say that that's a bit relative, okay? The Clippers were a laughing-stock franchise my entire lifetime, and what they won is the Kawhi Leonard sweepstakes. And how they won it, when they won it, we were talking about that. Holy shit, that's one of the most seismic things we've ever seen happen in free agency.
They saved the league. Remember, that was the narrative, because Kawhi was going to go to the Lakers, and that ruined basketball potentially.
You can't tell me that the Clippers didn't win when the Clippers are better and more of a moneymaker and less of a laughingstock and more relevant than they've ever been, at least in part because of what they did here, which flouts the rules or flaunts the rules. Is it flouts or flaunts?
It's definitely not flouts.
I've never heard that first
I don't
word.
even know what you're saying.
I think it's flouts.
It's a weird word.
Flouts. Flouts.
Dan flouts.
Flouts the rules. Flouting the rules means deliberately and openly disobeying or disregarding a law.
Well, I'll pay a fine for not being
Flouts
educated.
the rules.
Thank you for teaching me a word.
God, we're dumb. I have a cat. His name is Mac. That's after Mac from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which means I spend a pretty surprising amount of time trying to impress someone who clearly doesn't respect me at all, which now is something I'm realizing I do both at work and at home, so I gotta get that straight, but it's really why I use Chewy. They've got over 100,000 products, so whether it's food, treats, or a new toy that Mac is going to ignore for 3 days until he suddenly becomes obsessed with it, they have it. And it shows up in 1 or 2 days. I've told you, Chewy is maybe my favorite company that exists. They have prescriptions, pet insurance, telehealth, vet visits, and 24/7 customer service. Plus, if my cat changes his mind, which happens on a near daily basis, Chewy's satisfaction guarantee makes returns easy. I use Chewy, and I'm telling you, you should too. For life with pets, there's Chewy. And right now you could save $20 on your first order and get free shipping by going to chewpanions.chewy.com/LeBatard Show. That's chewpanions.chewy.com/LeBatard show to save $20 on your first order with free shipping. Minimum purchase required. New customers only. Terms and conditions apply. See site for complete details.
For 22 years on this show, we've debated the greatest athletes of all time. Who's the GOAT in football? Who's the GOAT in soccer? Who's the GOAT in hoops? One thing that we all know is Dan's the GOAT of finding the worst possible take. But there's another kind of MVP/GOAT that doesn't get enough credit. The friend who knows to show up with enough Miller Lights, plus extra ice. Because they just know. The one who already has seats at the bar when you walk up, that is a Miller Time MVP. I've been on this show long enough to know that Dan is going to make everything about his feelings, and Jeremy is going to push back on whatever I just said. But here's something nobody on this show will argue with. Miller Lite is the summer beer. The original light beer since 1975. This summer, recognize your MVPs. We all have that one friend who makes every game better. Now it's time to give them their moment. Head over to Miller Lite's social media pages to learn more about being a Miller Time MVP. You can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller Time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
You know what's funny? Everybody has a friend. I know a lot of these people. I've got a great business idea. Then 6 months later, they still have the idea, a notes app full of half-finished plans, and absolutely nothing done. The hardest part is actually getting started. People think they need to learn coding, build a website, figure out payments, shipping, customer service, all before they launch. And that's why Shopify is such a game changer. Shopify gives you everything you need to start your business in one place. Their templates and AI tools help you build a professional-looking website fast, with no coding required, and once people show up, Shopify checkout is already optimized to help more customers complete their purchase. Returning customers can even check out with a single click. Then there's Shopify Sidekick, their built-in AI assistant. So when you inevitably hit that moment where you think, wait, how do I do this? Sidekick is there to help you build, troubleshoot, and keep it moving. That's why Shopify powers millions of businesses worldwide. From brands just getting started to household names like Mattel and Gymshark, all you need is the idea. Shopify handles the rest. Start your free trial at shopify.com/MiamiDan. That's shopify.com/MiamiDan. Again, shopify.com/MiamiDan.
Dan Le Batard.
Is there back in my day?
There is, actually.
What?
Were you not going to tell anyone?
What?
Wait a minute.
You guys,
Tuesday.
guys,
How long have I been doing this
it's
show?
a Tuesday.
Greg Cote. Here's your guy, Greg Cote, with Back in My Day.
I hope I have. Okay, here it is. Sorry. Adultery.
Yeah,
We are back.
That is
Waiting for this one.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show.
Writers, man. That is an awkward hand.
No,
it really
no,
is.
I'm filled with so much love right now. One ally, they all. You saw the way the
Dorothy Boyd.
You saw the way.
I know.
You saw the
it
way.
is an awkward thing.
No, I
keep
believe,
holding it.
Okay.
I believe that this is the closest thing that there's been to Jesse Ventura and Arnold Schwarzenegger shaking hands in Predator. I'm
You
sorry,
think that's
Carl
close?
Weathers. Carl Weathers. I'm sorry.
You think that's close? You think that's in the
Yes,
same neighborhood?
I think it's in the
Jesse
same
Ventura.
neighborhood. My bad. It's another.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm
That
sorry.
counts as a workout for me, by the way, what we just did.
Double-edged sword. I mean,
Bellington?
Dan gets flouts, and then the Jesse Ventura thing.
It's a mistake.
Dan flouts.
Perhaps you should wind down. Maybe summer's off.
I'm surprised you're this confident after that kind of an embarrassment on your end.
Yeah,
where-
flouts is embarrassing. I've never heard that word before, but I pride myself on being man enough to admit these things.
Jeremy's dap think that look weird.
The idea, though, and I'll move off of this for a second, it is strange to me, the number of qualifiers that we can offer when, man, scandal. Media and fans love scandal. Any kind of scandal. Give me information on any kind of scandal, no matter how numb we are to it. And I've been mentioning the Trump thing. What has happened would have derailed any other American presidency, just that one act. And there are so many of them that with him, it doesn't even matter. We're sort of numb to scandal. But generally speaking, when it comes to something quite this egregious, like it's never underreported. It's never. I never have the complaint of any media scandal I have seen in sports that involves alleged cheating where I say, surprising to see how little people are covering that.
It's not even the biggest of the year. Sorsby, bigger.
That is the sport, not the crime. Like it's how much we care about the sport or whether or not someone is winning the sport. Because Jeremy's good point, and I'm sorry that the whole group was so surprised by Jeremy making a good point. That's unfair to Jeremy. Applause for a good point.
I was more surprised that it was concise.
I was more surprised that you agreed it was a good point.
Yeah, surprises abound.
I thought you just said little people are covering something.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Brad Williams covered the hell out of that crossover, which was a crossover, no matter how
It was
Tony
not a
plays.
crossover. He just stopped his momentum. He just stopped.
That's a good point.
The results of it were crossover. If I didn't show you what was happening on one side of the ball, that was the offensive side of the ball, and only showed you the defensive side of the ball, you would have said that was a crossover.
Yes, that I agree
that you wouldn't have said that was he stopped and took a jump shot. You would have said that he was crossed over.
I think after yesterday, Tony's just trying to make sure everyone knows he's got the basketball muscles. Feeling a little insecure.
I dominated heat camp. What are you talking about? Well, but I feel insecure.
You know what a crossover is? We know. You know.
Tony, you know what you look like among all those kids? You look like Wemby on an NBA court.
That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
Greg, I was trying to sit there and be like, all right, what can I do to be evil Wemby? And then I started blocking little kid shots. And then I got to a point where that's how I know I'm actually a good person at heart, Dan, because I was like, you know what? This doesn't feel right. I can't keep blocking these kids. One kid looked up to me and was like, this isn't fair. And then I told him, life isn't fair, buddy.
There you go. You make anybody cry?
Chicken wing.
You make anybody cry or no?
Tony Fiorentino, Jeremy cried during the All-Star game last night.
I did.
Real
tears.
Tony Fiorentino did say they're teaching basketball lessons and life lessons.
He's right.
You would have taught them life isn't fair, kid, and we would have had the video of you blocking 8 or 9 shots.
We had that in the rough cut, so I'm going to try and find those and bring those up.
Please find all of those. I always think that's funny. Peyton Manning has never done anything funnier than throwing footballs at children. It's the funniest thing. Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Has Peyton Manning ever done anything as funny as throwing footballs at children?
I was thinking on the way in here, that trade is on hold, but it's going to go through. Like they're just going to, they'll change the draft picks that are being sent to the Clippers. But what if the punishment from the league is like the Clippers get whatever punishment they get, and Kawhi Leonard's current contract that the Raptors would be trading for is voided because it's an illegal contract? If they wind up doing that, this is a really peculiar situation that Kawhi Leonard would then find himself in because, all right, now he's a free agent, and every team, including the Raptors, doesn't have money to sign him to the money that he wants. Like, Kawhi Leonard, I think we can all agree, is not going to go sign somewhere for the minimum because it's very obvious Kawhi cares very much about his money. What would happen to Kawhi Leonard?
It's one of the many reasons that I'm wondering why it is more people aren't asking questions on this corner and ceding the entirety of it to let's wait until Pablo Torre tells us what's happening here and then we'll know what's happening here. I do feel like there are a whole lot of compromises here in the conflicts between all the partnerships that doesn't allow people to report honestly on this in the way that reporters should and must.
I know you touch on it, but The Athletic yesterday did advance the story a little bit. We got the Groot Kawhi thing.
What?
It's hilarious. Yeah, the Aspiration tried to workshop ways to make Kawhi a valid pitchman for it. Okay. So they created a tree-like, Groot-like character for Kawhi. My God! Ironically enough, Groot speaks more than Kawhi.
Yep. I saw these pictures on social media and I just didn't care enough to actually click on it and read it, but I passed it and I was like, got a new movie, I guess, superhero movie.
I could tell Pablo's pissed he didn't get that.
Yes. Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Does Groot speak more than Kawhi? Tim Kirkson's going to join us here in about 10 minutes, but I wanted to get into the idea of something that I believe is anti-American. The third place game. Greg Cote has said bronze is for losers. We don't celebrate bronze in this country, even though any of us, I would imagine, would love to be third best in the world at anything. If any of us were third best in the world at anything, it would be better than we presently are at anything, because third best in the world is an achievement. But there is the potential for, and I think it's what's going to be, Messi and Mbappe playing a third-place game, and that's going to be here, correct?
Yeah, it is in Miami.
Yeah.
So you're going to have Messi and Mbappe. Will they play in that game? They will.
There's a lot of unknowns here, but I never watch the third-place game. It's hard to get up for that after the drama of semifinals and the ramp up to a final. It's fairly meaningless, although in international sport, a team's best finish and it being third is an impressive deal, especially when they go back home, get the big parade.
Winning your final World Cup game is a big deal.
Yeah, and potentially, if Argentina lose today, that would then shift to the third-place match being Messi's international send-off. Perhaps it's his final match, so that's a big-time storyline. France-Argentina, a rematch, that's juicy. Here's the juiciest possible storyline. Those stats count. That is a officially sanctioned FIFA World Cup match. Mbappe, everyone thought yesterday he'd catch up to Messi's all-time men's World Cup goal-scoring record. He fell short. He did not score, famously. Messi still has a match. Messi can increase his lead there. Now, I assume, like everyone else, Mbappe will eventually chase down Messi. Mbappe almost certainly will play in the next Men's World Cup. 4 years is a long time, though. You cannot take that for granted. I assume Mbappe is definitely playing in Miami to chase down that record, and that is incentive enough for people to watch what is, for me, usually a meaningless third-place game. But if it's Messi v. Mbappe chasing down the record, you can have a Money in the Bank situation. Both of them grasping for the World Cup goals record. It could be scramble rules. It could switch hands several times in one match.
Chris Cote today got his information the old-fashioned way, listening to the big dog Joe Rose talking to the bigger dog Dave Hyde, and the two of them were talking about when American football had a third-place game. At Le Batard Show, put it on the poll, at Le Batard Show, is a third-place game un-American, yes or no? Chris Cote and I guess Zaz, not aware that there was an American football third-place game back in Cody's heyday.
In the 60s, I believe, like 60 to 69 or something.
Yeah, late
and
60s.
Dave Hyde informed me that Don Shula, while head coach of the Baltimore Colts, won 2. What the hell happened there?
Tough to say that.
You got scared of Ravens, Colts. And,
Yeah, I did.
Did you lose what team was actually?
Yeah, I was just like, I knew it was the Colts, honestly. I was like, was it the Baltimore?
You just said to me off mic like 20 seconds ago, we've done a really good job not seizing on every on-air mistake.
I did.
You did it to yourself there because you got scared. It was a speed bump between Baltimore and Colts. But tell me more, Greg Cote. This is your wheelhouse of the third-place American football game. Do you guys believe, I guess in American football, we'd watch any football, any kind. Mike just made the Brendan Sorsby controversy bigger than what I was arguing is one of the biggest controversies in the history of sports because football is king. But what can you tell us, Greg, about the third-place game in American football?
It existed for about a decade. It ended when the NFL-AFL merger happened and Super Bowl era began. But the only thing I recall about it is that even back then, nobody gave a crap about finishing third. And in taking it to this World Cup, granted, Messi and Mbappe is a hell of a game. I don't care if it's for third place or not. But no team in the semifinals wanted to play in that game. Everybody's like, shit, nobody cares about the third place game. And I don't think they do. In this case, Mbappe and Messi both have 8 goals. Mbappe has the tiebreaker lead in assists, 3-2. So to the degree that the Golden Boot is a big thing, it's not the Ballon d'Or, but it's something that guys want to win. So it's going to be an interesting subplot.
Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Should the third place game be renamed "Oh Shit, Nobody Cares"?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, it was your idea.
Yeah, it's a little wordy.
Well, I'm quoting you.
Yeah,
it was your idea on the.
Right. It's good. Let's go with it. Oh shit, nobody cares. What will be the acronym there? OSN. Yeah, it's a little wordy. We'll workshop it. We'll get that streamlined a little bit.
Feel like we're doing that right now.
Oh shit, nobody cares.
The OSNC game.
The Oh Shit Bowl.
That's what I'm talking about.
I can't even.
Yeah, I've heard him say that all the time.